The sky is usually silent, but sometimes silence means something is coming. That night, a tiny light moved across telescope screens. It didn't fit any known orbit. It appeared, vanished, appeared again. Scientists thought it was a glitch until it came back, and they gave it a name: 3I Atlas, a visitor from beyond the stars. Once again, humanity turned its eyes upward. News feeds, YouTube clips, Reddit threads, all asking the same question.
What is that?
It's beautiful.
Is it just a rock, or is something being hidden from us? The first videos exploded in hours. Some called it a new comet. Some said a message. But the headline that broke the algorithm was clear: 3I Atlas. Could it be an alien ship? That title triggered the storm. Within a day, it was recommended to millions. People debated, feared, believed. The end is near. The first contact has begun. But this isn't the first time. In 2017, Oumuamua passed by, and the world whispered, aliens. Then came Borisov. Now, 3I Atlas, the third interstellar visitor. Yet this time, nothing stayed hidden. Before telescopes even finished processing the data, hundreds of theories hit social media. And one voice stood out.
It may be accelerating with sunlight, like a spaceship.
That voice belonged to Harvard professor Avi Loeb. Avi Loeb recently said, "We've detected a new interstellar visitor, 3I Atlas, and it's behaving in ways that no natural comet should. Instead of a tail moving away from the sun, it glows toward the sun. Its path is perfectly aligned with the planets, a coincidence so rare, it's almost impossible." On October 29th, 3I Atlas will pass closest to the sun. That moment will tell us everything. If it brightens, like a normal comet, it's natural. But if it changes direction or acts in ways comets never do, we might be looking at something technological. Maybe even a probe from another civilization. We must not ignore this, Loeb warned. Even a small chance that 3I Atlas is artificial could change the course of human history. And his words spread like a spark in dry grass. Headlines shouted, "Harvard scientist says it could be alien technology." Almost no one read the actual paper. A sentence became a belief. A belief became a movement. And a movement became a psychological wave. Even today, no one is certain what that light really was. But almost everyone agrees on one thing. It doesn't feel like a normal rock. In the dark of night, when a single spark appears in the sky, the human mind always asks the same question. What if they really came? That question, that tiny seed of wonder, captured millions in the first minute of this story. And it is also the strongest trap of modern perception. In the next chapter, we'll see how science looked at this event, and whether alien ship was ever a credible possibility. For now, remember this: the story of that tiny light in the sky has only just begun. Stay with us. 3I Atlas, the hidden, continues. The power of a story isn't in how mysterious it sounds, but in how provable it is. The discovery of 3I Atlas surprised even the scientific world. In early 2025, the Atlas observatories in Hawaii spotted a faint moving light. It was racing through space at 26 kilometers per second, roughly 150 meters across, blue-green in color, and its orbit came from outside our solar system. Objects like this are called interstellar visitors, rocks that broke away from distant stars and wandered for millions of years before reaching us. Just like Oumuamua in 2017 and Borisov in 2019. But this time something felt different. 3I Atlas was brighter than expected, 3 times more reflective than a typical asteroid, and it showed a faint acceleration that gravity alone couldn't explain. That tiny anomaly reignited the debate. When it happened with Oumuamua, Professor Avi Loeb from Harvard suggested it might be artificial. So as soon as 3I Atlas appeared, telescopes, spectrographs, and radar arrays focused on it immediately. The first analyses found traces of carbon compounds, not organic life, but frozen molecules common in space. Methane, ammonia, water ice, completely natural materials. Yet one detail stood out. As it neared the sun, its brightness increased instead of fading. To some, that looked like a power source. To scientists, it was simple physics, gas escaping from melting ice, creating a natural thrust, a miniature comet behavior. But social media never heard that version. Algorithms ignored the phrase natural thrust and amplified mysterious acceleration. The truth is simpler. 3I Atlas is moving away from the sun, never came near Earth, and never changed its course. The data are clear. Yet people keep asking the same question. What if it really came for us? Science answers patiently. If there were technological traces, the data would be public. The Atlas telescope system works under NASA's Near-Earth Object Program. Its raw observations are open to everyone. No hidden files. Still, scientific reports don't travel as fast as short videos. People don't read 50-page papers. They scroll. And in that feed, a professor said it might be alien outperforms. Spectral analysis shows carbon ice. That's how 3I Atlas transformed from a research topic into an algorithmic phenomenon. It stopped being about data and became a contest of meaning. Whoever told the story better won. Among all those voices, one statement remains true. No evidence has ever shown that 3I Atlas is artificial. But no data can yet prove it's completely ordinary either. Science stands in the middle. No proof, no verdict. But the human mind? It can't stand uncertainty. That's why, as we'll see in the next chapter, when fear and curiosity work together, facts begin to bend. Science doesn't close the question. It just teaches us to ask it better. So now ask yourself, are we really studying 3I Atlas? Or are we watching our own fears take shape? When a human eye catches a faint light in the sky, the first response is always curiosity. But behind curiosity lies fear, because the unknown both fascinates and frightens. 3I Atlas might be just a rock drifting through space, but inside our minds, it awakened instincts millions of years old. We evolved to protect ourselves from the unknown, yet we never stopped staring at it. Every time something moves across the night sky, it's not only the object that travels, it's our imagination. We fill the empty dark with stories, a signal, a flicker, a trail of light, and instantly we give it meaning. The internet proves it perfectly. One person says, Atlas is accelerating. Another, it's sending a warning. Someone else posts, NASA is hiding it. And our reaction to all of them is the same. We click. Because curiosity is the most powerful weapon of the digital age. One headline frightens you, the next comforts you. But both keep you staring at the screen. This is where fear and curiosity join hands. Fear doesn't push you away, it pulls you deeper. What if it's true? That question is the algorithm's favorite fuel. Scientists measure curiosity through data. Platforms measure it through watch time. A telescope counts light years per second, but social media counts attention per second. Two worlds, science and algorithm, now orbit different suns. While you wonder about that light in the sky, the system wonders about you. How much do you fear? How much do you believe? And most importantly, how long will you watch? That's why 3i Atlas is more than a cosmic object, it's a mirror. Inside it, we see both the limits of science and the fragility of the human mind. Some call this story an awakening. Others call it a manipulation. But maybe it's simply the oldest pattern of modern times. Scare me, then soothe me. And we fall for it, again and again. Algorithms are like telescopes too, but they don't observe stars, they observe behavior. To them, we are data points. When we fear, we post. When we wonder, we watch. When we believe, we share. That's why 3i Atlas became more than a story of space. It became a story about us. Sometimes the silence of science is scarier than the noise of speculation, because the human mind hates silence. If no explanation exists, we invent one. Every unknown, every gap in data opens the door to a new myth. 3i Atlas simply opened one of those doors. Maybe that's why we can't forget it. It reminds us that fear is contagious, but curiosity spreads even faster. In the next chapter, we'll uncover how the balance between fear and curiosity isn't just natural, it's designed, and how unseen systems use that balance to shape what we believe. Because sometimes, we think we're looking at the sky, but we're only looking at our screens. Sometimes, to control a story, you don't need to hide it. You just have to show it enough. When the first headlines about 3i Atlas appeared, people didn't look at the sky. They looked at their screens. Millions watched the same image at the same moment, and no one noticed that such perfect synchronization had only happened a few times in all of history. We've seen it before. With Oumuamua, with pandemics, with elections. Every cycle follows the same pattern. First curiosity, then fear, then control. Because in the information age, to manage fear is to manage truth. Today, algorithms don't just watch you, they measure you. Where you pause, what words make you rewind, which phrase makes you click. It's all recorded. A telescope measures the speed of light. An algorithm measures the speed of belief. Some researchers argue the 3i Atlas trend wasn't purely organic. AI-driven distribution systems track human interest in real time. If one video spikes, similar ones are pushed to millions within minutes, a chain reaction. So while you wonder, could it be aliens? The system wonders, how do we make you wonder longer? Fear and curiosity are blended on purpose. One side informs you, the other side binds you. This is the attention economy, The most valuable currency on Earth is no longer gold or oil, it's your focus. Every trend, every share, every suggestion is designed to increase that currency. And the more you watch, the more someone profits. But here lies the danger. Repeat a story often enough, and the line between fact and fiction dissolves. The human brain treats repetition as truth. Psychologists call it the illusory truth effect. And that effect is shaping the entire digital world right now. 3I Atlas may have been the first global test. A cosmic object watched billions of times within a week. Yet almost no one asked, why did these images spread so fast? Because hidden hands reveal just as much as they conceal. That hidden hand isn't a shadowy group. It's code, ads, data streams. No one needs to lie to you. They just have to redirect what you see. That's the subtle shift. We no longer believe what we see. We believe what we're shown. And that single difference defines the edge of free thought. So, our job is not only to look at the sky, but to notice who's telling us to look. In the next chapter, we'll step behind the curtain to uncover the real game. Why so many stories follow the same pattern. Why fear always outruns curiosity. And how, without realizing it, we've all become part of an experiment. Part 5, The Real Game, begins. When a game begins, no one realizes they're already inside it. Only when the lights dim do we see where the spotlight truly falls. 3I Atlas may have arrived as a stone from the stars, but it stayed as an idea, proof of how easily human belief can be guided, shaped, and sold. It's no longer about that dot in the sky. It's about why we stared at it for so long. Not a rock, but an experiment, a test, a simulation measuring how far attention can be steered. And the test worked. Within days, billions of views, millions of shares, countless theories, all orbiting the same center. A light, a fear, and a hope. But that's where the real game begins. Because when the human brain understands a story, it feels safe. No matter how complex, as long as there's a narrative, uncertainty fades. And that is the oldest weapon of power. Control the narrative. We lick those who change the world rarely control truth itself. They control what people accept as truth. To start a global trend, you don't need billions. Just a few precise words, a few perfect images, and the right push at the right moment. The rest, humans do it themselves. Sharing, arguing, believing. 3I Atlas became one more link in that chain. A signal pulsing through the data stream, testing the limits of human perception. While scientists observed the sky, algorithms observed us. And the result is clear. Curiosity spreads fast. Fear lasts longer. On the internet, the fastest thing isn't information, it's emotion. And emotion today is no longer organic. Artificial intelligence knows exactly which feeling keeps you watching. A story labeled scientific discovery might reach thousands. The same story titled mysterious acceleration reaches millions. That difference is the system's profit. This is an experiment, but the laboratory is us. Every click, every swipe, every pause, observed, measured, classified. The algorithm is learning who we are. And in the end, while searching for truth, we get lost in our own echo. Everyone builds their own version. No single truth survives the noise. Society splits into tiny echo chambers. One side says alien ship, the other says just a rock. But both fall into the same trap, the system that locks our attention. This is the real game, not to hide the truth, but to create so many versions of it that no one remembers which one was real. Maybe that's why 3i Atlas itself has already faded from the sky. But its echo remains, because that was the goal all along, not the object, but the imprint it left in us. In the next chapter, we'll move beyond the game, beyond fear, beyond curiosity, into consciousness itself. Because awakening only begins the moment you realize you were playing all along. Part 6. One day when all the lights fade, when the screens finally go dark and the sky turns silent again, only quiet remains. And in that quiet you realize something. It wasn't the sky you were watching all along. It was your own reflection. 3i Atlas may have come from deep space, but its true journey didn't start out there. It began inside the minds of those who watched it. Minds that grow through fear, live through curiosity, and never stop searching for meaning. For thousands of years, humanity has looked upward. We saw gods in the stars, prophecies in the clouds, messages in the light. But maybe the greatest message is that there was never one at all. Because sometimes the universe doesn't speak, it simply echoes. And what it sends back is our own voice. We call it discovery. We call it a sign. But it's really just ourselves. That realization is where awakening begins. To find truth, you must open not your eyes, but your mind. Because what hides truth is not a system, but the fear of seeing it. Fear is the shadow of consciousness. Curiosity is the light that cuts through it. And between the two lies a choice. Your choice. The story of 3i Atlas is over, but it left us a question. Will you dare to look at your own sky? The answer isn't in telescopes or data, not in headlines or screens. It's in the stillness of your heart. Awakening doesn't begin with light. It begins by recognizing the darkness. And within that darkness hides the greatest power we have, awareness. Now you know. No algorithm, no story, no distant star can take away your own light. So at the end of this story, do one simple thing. Look up once more. But this time, don't search the sky. Find that light within yourself. This was never the story of 3i Atlas. It was yours. And you have already begun to awaken.